What I found was there's two ways to make problem. One, you say, yes, sir. Second, you say, hey, get out. This is why, yes, sir, or hey, get out. These two are the problems. Do you want to learn yes, sir, and hey, get out? I will teach you. Okay, what is the meaning of yes, sir? Any message from panic, or what I call crazy monkey mind, you know, I don't mean a bad way. Monkeys are nice. I'm not insulting the monkeys, I love monkeys, but they are very, very active, That's why mind is active a lot, going around, and mind tell you bad messages. Oh, there's danger, they're fearful, there's a problem. You say, yes, sir. Whatever you say is true, sir. I believe you, sir. That's a problem. Then panic become your boss. Or you say, hey, get out. Panic, I don't like you. Then panic become your enemy. Maybe I will show you a little bit. The boss is like this, blah, blah. You say, yes, sir, yes, sir. All right, oh, yeah. For 24 hours. This is kind of tired, yeah? And second, hey, get out. Shh. What are you talking about? Oh, leave me alone. And then this become enemy. That's why I make little drama. That's why you understand. Okay, now what I did is, I said, hello, good morning, good evening. Panic is, hello. Nice. This is why now panic become support for your meditation. Not only with the panic, any other situation, depression, low self-esteem, anger, shame, guilt, panic of panic, fear of fear, resistance of anger. These are what I call booster of emotion. Anything you can use as support for your meditation. Not only the problems, even form, sound, smell, taste, sensation, just normal thought and normal emotion. Everything become cause of meditation. Everything become cause of joyful experience. And you can be happy all the times, everywhere, with any under any circumstances. Okay. This is why meditation is very important. Without meditation, maybe I cannot be here. Maybe I'm still hiding in the cave somewhere in the Himalaya mountains. Because of meditation, I'm here. I'm giving you this talk. Because of meditation, I make friends with my panic. And I wrote 2 books because of the experience of meditation, to make friends with my panic and problems. And your mind become stable. What I call the goal of meditation is develop your inner joy, inner peaceful experience. There's wisdom, there's love and compassion, and there's kind of a strength of power within you. And this joy, this peaceful experience, none it depend on outside circumstances. This is why what I call inner joy. And this joy is not like stock market, up and down. It's stable. Why? No need depend on outside circumstances. Even any problem become cause of develop the inner joy. This is good for you, good for your life, good for your health, good for your body. Okay, now let me tell you more about science, because I'm not only me here saying about this benefit, or my teachers, even scientists. I was joined in some experiments, like University of Wisconsin and Berkeley University, University of Harvard, and special in the University of Wisconsin. They test my brain. They put me in a big machine called fMRI. It's shaped of white coffin, and there's some sort of a tongue, tongue coming out. I have to lie down on that, and they tied my head, here and here, and they put me big earphone here, and they put me inside the machine. The machine is like tunnel, dark, cold, very noisy. And then I have to meditate on 3 meditation techniques. Open present, first. Second, concentration. Third, loving kindness, compassion. And the scientists are in the next room giving me instruction. Okay, now you have to meditate on compassion for 90 seconds. Stop compassion, compassion, stop compassion, compassion. Which is nice. And they are having fun, drinking tea or coffee, sometimes eat some hamburgers maybe. And then the result of this, what they told me is, I am totally crazy. I was disappointed. No, I'm joking. Not only me, they also study with other meditators. They are 16 or something. And what they see is there are very big change in your brain and special left prefrontal lobe around here. This activity increase enormously. What I learned with scientists, 3 important things. First, what they call neuroplasticity. It means your brain has capable of change. Maybe 13 or 15 years before, neuroscientists, they don't believe that. Your brain has capable of change. If you are born with unhappy, rest of your life will be unhappy. But nowadays, no, you can change. Even if you are born with unhappy, you can change to a happy person. That's why there's hope. And second, one of the best way to change is apply daily meditation. They also made experiment with novice, the beginner, the university student. They don't have any idea about meditation. They give meditation instruction for them, and they apply every day 1 hour. After 8 weeks later, they develop left prefrontal lobe between 10 to 15%. This was only for 8 weeks. Third, that positive change in your brain is good for your physical body, immune systems. There's many other studies, also ongoing study, like other universities. They talk about good for your heart, good for your blood circulation, diabetes, respiratory tract infections, and stress reductions. Many other benefits. So now, I want to add one more. This is from my laboratory. No, I'm joking. My one is good for your life. Why? Happy mind, healthy body. Of course, it's good for your life, yeah? This is why your life become wonderful, joyful. That is the benefit from meditation. Okay, thank you.